Hey y'all, welcome back. In this video, we are going to assign values to variables. You're going to notice a very similar syntax to the previous video where we learned how to declare and name variables. So keep that in mind as we learn how to assign values to variables. So on the left-hand side is the syntax. We have a variable name and we assign it a value. Now, you see the equal sign. When we see the equal sign by itself in Java, we always want to think assign, not equals, but assign. The way I like to say it is you assign whatever's on the right to the left with that inflection and everything. All right, so let's look at some examples. So right here, we have what we learned in a previous video, int blah, the variable type and the variable name. So the variable name is blah, and the variable type is int. So then after we've declared blah as an int variable, that's the type, we now can do the variable name, blah, assign the value of 40. You assign whatever's on the right, which is 40, to the left, which is blah. You can think of it as the box blah having a value of 40 inside of it now. Similarly, let's look at the next example. We have the variable type, boolean, and we have the variable name, yes. So we've declared yes is a boolean variable. Underneath it, we have this video, assigning the value of false to yes. So we assign whatever's on the right side to the left. That's what the equal sign means. It means assign. And for our last example, we declare dec number, that's the variable name, as a double type. So the variable type, variable name. And once we've declared the variable, we can now assign a value to it. So we are going to assign the value of 55.7 to dec number. So always keep in mind, before you can assign a value to a variable, you must declare the type of the variable. If we did not have int blah, if we never declared blah as storing integers or int variables, then we could not do blah assign 40. You always have to declare before you assign an actual value. Think of it as, for a box analogy, you have to take out a box before you can put stuff into the box. So we can also do both of those two steps in one step. We could do variable type, variable name, assign value. So you're going to notice the left-hand side, variable type and variable name, as the previous video, and this portion, variable name, assign value, as this video. So we can do both parts in one step on one line of code. Int blah assign 40, boolean yes assign false. We're going to create a variable. The name is dec number. We are going to declare as type double. It's going to hold double values, and we're going to assign it the value of 55.7. So you can also declare variables and assign values on the same line. Again, take whatever's on the right side of the equal sign and assign it to the left. You assign whatever's on the right to the left. Now that might have you thinking, well, if we could do it all in one step, why would we ever do it in two steps? Such as in the previous video, where we learned this declaring a variable, variable type, variable name. And in this video, where we learn how to assign a value to a variable name where the variable has already been declared. Why not just always do it in this way, all in one line? Well, the response is, when you know you need a variable somewhere in your code, but you do not know yet the value it needs to hold. So think about it as with the box analogy. Well, we know we're going to have kitchen supplies we need to put in this kitchen box. But at this moment in time, when I encounter this line of code in my program, I don't quite know what kitchen items I'm actually going to be putting into this box. So I want to set aside a box, but I'm not going to put stuff inside of it until later. This will make a lot more sense in Unit 5 when we talk about instance variables. But for now, this is the best analogy, and just understand that there are times when we might want to set aside a box or set aside a variable to store a future value, but we don't know that value yet. All right, in the next video, we're going to be going over primitive variable types. I'll see you then.